Jin Woo went from just a guy to being that guy, and today, his judgment has arrived. Can we consider the aura god Jin Woo a warrior? Welcome to Warriors in Fiction. This is a channel where we take fictional warriors and determine whether or not they deserve the title of warrior. We go by 4 different qualifications. That's their skills, their goals, their intelligence, and their feats. If you like that sort of thing, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Let's jump right in and talk about his skills. Jin Woo starts as one of the lowest ranks a hunter could be. Even then, as one of the E ranks, he was one of the weakest. He would often get his ass whooped, no exaggeration. One day, he joined a low tier expedition, but the difficulty of the gate changed while they were inside. And I can only explain what happens next as a series of unfortunate events, but it's as if a sick god toyed with the group, brutally killing everyone but Jin Woo. Now, I don't know how he barely survived, but he did manage to survive all the fatal wounds that he got. The god granted him this status known as player, which then led Jin Woo to becoming a super OP dude. He became like the aura, like we literally see him aura forming for the entirety of like the second season of the show. Some of the abilities he gained would include super speed. You know, his movement was pretty quick. Blink your eye, he gone. Shadow assassin abilities. I mean, he can get into the shadows, veil himself, unveil himself. Shadow step, all that good stuff. Superhuman strength, and most importantly, his arise ability, which allows him to bring back defeated opponents as his own thralls. We see him do this with Egress, which was crazy. All these abilities boosted him from E rank to S rank. Most of the time, he uses dual daggers. When he feels like going blow for blow with somebody, he'll use 2 daggers. Goals. Jin Woo's goal, his main goal from the very beginning of the series. His mother is inside this thing called the eternal sleep. She has the eternal sleep disease. She's stuck inside this sleep state, so he has to take care of himself and his sister. His sister's in school. He is not. He has to be the man of the house, big man Blastoise of the house. So instead of going to school or being a regular kid or being a regular young adult, he has to go and work odd jobs. He's a hunter, yes, but he's E rank. He's not making much money as an E rank hunter. So he went and did odd jobs and did his job as an E rank, would always get hurt, and it was like it wasn't working out. You know what I'm saying? So his goal was to become stronger, or to go into these things to find something to bring his mother back. He could go into these dungeons and find this thing called the elixir of life. Once he became a player, this became known to him, and he was able to go into the pocket dimensions of his own, dungeons of his own, without going through the gates that other hunters go in, and hunt for items to get this elixir of life. And he was hoping that this elixir of life would bring his mom back, which it did. Indeed, it did. So his goal was fulfilled. So now, before we get to the Jeju Island arc, we don't know what his goal is anymore. I mean, he's got his mom back, so we got to figure out, as we go on, what that goal becomes. Intelligence. So when he got the arise ability, Jin Woo became something different than what he was prior. Prior, just being an E rank, Jin Woo didn't seem like he was the smartest, but he was smart enough to not die to the guy that was toying with them inside that dungeon. We got to give him credit for that. And as far as being a warrior goes, it's really important to have some wits about you. And Jin Woo definitely had those wits, even before he got the strength to accomplish more than what a regular E rank could do. Jin Woo was that. In his brain, he always had it. He had the mentality to keep going though, even though he always got hurt. That's also an important factor. And I chuck that up to intelligence too, because you're smart enough to press on. You know your limits. Everybody know their own limits. And Jin Woo knew his, but he would always press past those because he knew he had something to do. He had something to accomplish. He had something he wanted at the end of the day. So, with that being said, once he got the power to accompany this wit of his, Jin Woo became something different. And his arise ability allowed him to sit back and watch his opponents and calculate what they would do and what they can't do and test their strength according to his summons. And after his summons, if his summons couldn't do it, his summons couldn't do it, boom, he got the strength to do it himself. Jin Woo was intelligent, and his intelligence matches that of the warrior. The warrior mentality lives within Jin Woo. And lastly, we talk about his feats. Some of the things we see Jin Woo do in the show was absolutely incredible, and we didn't think he could do it. Number 1, he survived that death game, that sick death game that happened within the first couple episodes with all those people. He survived that. Not only did he survive that, but the next few dungeons he went in, he was the only one to survive in those two. That's a feat. Also, he defeated Igris. I don't know if y'all know who Igris is, but I'm about to put a clip up so y'all can see who Igris is. Exactly. You see the way that aura was when he was walking in? That is Igris. He beat it. He beat it? He beat him. He beat Igris. Next, he go, you know what I'm saying? He goes into this other area. He beats, not only does he gain an A-rank hunter as his summon, but he also gains these bears that are uncontrollably strong. Well, he controls them just fine. He gets these bears, you know what I'm saying? He gets this A-rank hunter, which I think he calls Iron, and he survives out of that. He ends up beating the Elf King or Elf whatever he was. He beat him. All right, that's a feat of Jin Woo's. Jin Woo at this point is already displaying S rank capabilities, so that's another feat of his. He went from E rank to S rank. He went from the worst rank to the best rank. And he also beat the demon on top of the tower. There's a series of towers that he was doing in order to get the elixir of life. And to do that, he had to beat this one demon that was like super S class. And he beat him. Jin Woo beat him with the meanest uppercut I ever seen anybody do. Actually, I don't even think he was S class. I think he was like high tier A class type now. Anyway, he beat two demons that were A class. And one of them wasn't even a demon. It was like an ogre or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's a feat of his though. He did that. He beat the ogre dude. I can't tell you what his name is. It's very complicated, but he did that. Jin Woo did that. You know what I'm saying? In conclusion, Jin Woo definitely had the skills that was akin to that of a warrior. Jin Woo definitely had the goals that align with that of a warrior. Saving your moms is a worthy enough goal for any warrior. I don't care who you are. Your mother is important. Your mother is important. The rest of your family is important. But your mother, the person who gave birth to you and took care of you, that is a priority. Always. And a warrior, a real man is going to handle that business if he got to handle that business. You know what I'm saying? Intelligence, Jin Woo was smart enough to be a warrior. He's smart enough to beat other warriors. I feel like that's a unique qualification of any warrior. Is being smart enough to beat other warriors. That's, you know what I'm saying? Next, his feats. He's accomplished some things that only he could have done with the power that he was given. That's something that warriors do. And in my opinion, Jin Woo is a warrior. But not only is he a warrior, he is a hero. And if you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, checking out the video. Thank y'all for coming to, you know what I'm saying, chill with me. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you guys in the next video. Here's what's coming up next week.